NotStung. Good morning, or good evening, depending upon where you are. Today I'm going to pick up where I left off, on the Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I still have to finish that event, the Final Fantasy Record Keeper. And for my other duty, my producer saddled me with finishing the cover for my third book, Constellations, number 3. My madam device. Apparently I'm going to have to speak a lot louder over here on this side of the room. I hope you can all hear me on the internet. Well, I'd love to get started. How are you doing? Let's change cameras. How about that? Hello! Isn't this amazing live technology? Oh, I bet Sev wishes he could just change everything with a remote. Oh well. So, a little bit about me. I'm a writer. I'm also a witch. Look out for that part. May come across in my words, written or spoken, so be a little bit careful. Also, I'm an entertainer. I enjoy ending up on camera and having a whole bunch of queer fun with you all. Ideally, friends and family. Also, I'm a little bit progressive. A little, huh? I think anybody queer has to be quite progressive, especially considering the times. But I don't think that's ever deterred me from being myself. So I hope you all will feel the same way, feel at home here. There's of course a few rules, which I have not bothered to give out, since all of you seem to be so cordial already. So, if you'd like, you can review my information, take a look at my YouTube channel. You can find a few poems by me. You can also take a look at my Amazon page or even my Twitter. In fact, I think I should tweet to everybody to let them know I've gone live. Oh, I've gone live. Please take a look at me. Let's get on that. Twitter. Of course, it's had its problems. I'm glad that some people are not simply being removed from verification, but are outright being banned. Hate speech in public is not necessarily what I think of things that are allowed by the United States Constitution. Freedom of speech, of course, and I think freedom of hate speech. But congregation of hate speech and support on private networks like Twitter, they don't have to allow the First Amendment there. And I think it'd be funny to see a state-run network that's busy promoting hatred. Funny in a bad way. Hopefully that doesn't actually come to pass. I'm streaming, my friends and family. There. Now Twitter knows. Oh, I hate getting itchy. It's a little bit annoying, especially since all of you are busy like, oh, maybe my nose itches too. No. I think your nose is fine. Let's move on to some Record Keeper. How about that? Since I love this music hanging out in the background. Hello there, Record Keeper. Why is NotStung looking off in the wrong direction? Especially since Record Keeper is a little bit there and over there for you. What can I do? Let's load up. Give me that mithril and some gil, whatever. And a pittance of gil, sure. Let's go claim my duly earned rewards. Great. I've still got my record material crew, but if you were here for yesterday, they got their heads handed to them by 2 douchebag judges. So I'm going to be swapping them around for my my crew, my main crew, my take no shit team. Oh, NotStung said shit. What else does she say? Look out! I'm wily. Let's move along. So these are all Final Fantasy VIII equipment. I wonder if I have anything worthy of using in Final Fantasy XII. Like I said before, I don't really have many relics in the 12 realm. So my Balthia is more like a Balthlane. well, they all can't be winners, can they? Or are they all winners? Oh, winners, please. So here's our equipment, nicely changed. Wow, looking great, everybody. Oh, the one problem with this, I rarely optimize equipment for my my assassin team, simply because every time I do, the limit breaks change, and that's pain, isn't it? Look at that. I don't need blitz, and I don't need fluid aura. I don't need focus. Click, 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 click. Thank you. Click around madly, me. And we're almost... Oh, yes, by the way, one of the main reasons Squall is in my assassin team is because, he's got the goods. The game has been very favorable to me in all my Final Fantasy VIII relic draws. I don't need Flames of Rebirth. Protection and Major Regen. Perhaps... I want to really trash the sky. These guys. Lion's Roar seems useful. Done? Let's enter the realm. How intense. I love the drama of this game. I do feel, and so does my producer, like we're traveling into these mystical realms of story with a battle engine very familiar. And so this is the cover to book number 3. I like how it's going so far on my Madam device. Scaled out, I think it looks fairly readable too. Maybe not as readable to you viewers at home, but it's going to be quite legible, I think, on Amazon when it gets listed. How exciting. So, let's take a look at these eyes. I don't feel like they read very well at a distance. So, what more can I do? Huh? All this excitement. So my next difficulty, I've finished mostly around the mouth, and I do approve of this logo, not done on stream. And it's left enough space for my personal brand, and same for the brand of Constellations. But now I've left with the more difficult tasks. Evelyn is not going to draw himself, and neither is his shadow. And the eyeballs, my eyeballs, I love them. I don't know if I love them so much that I'm going to keep them. Things change not. Got to live with it. Let's take a look. So, they're not very strong without the little zaps. Not even a small size either. First, let's start by... I can tell that I need to clean up Evelyn's form a little bit, so let's start with him. Let's see what I need on the side. Book subtitle, yes, these are all fine. Here we are. Make sure everything else is locked. I don't want to be altering all my hard work. Alright, we look set. So, Evelyn is quite scratchy at the moment. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Let's see what details I'd like to pick from his form. Is that the color of his skin, or just... There are a few other colors. Let's open up my other covers and see which colors are more useful to me. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time to save. And if I'm lucky, it's going to be a pain in the ass as well. Let's focus on a little bit of Record Keeper for the moment. Got to make sure that I won't be interrupted as I have... Oh, good. I'm not going to be interrupted. Exactly as I was hoping. Let's open up some of my other colors. Judges, I'm coming for you. and not the good kind of coming. Such as arrival. Arriving is such great fun. Look, you're at a party. Ah, I'm arriving. I've come here. My show's intended for mature audiences. I don't know what I'm doing pandering to people who won't get such a quaint pun. Please, zoom for me. That would be a great thing to write down. I'll make sure to write that later. Zoom for me. I do like Evelyn's form here. I forgot my other shade of blue. I should have looked at the couch. The chair is another shade. A similar shade. That's purple. I actually looked. Oh! Also, let's take care of these jerks. First, let's shout. Let's drop down the speed. Oh my goodness. You need to get healed. Rah! That's how I imagine Ramza's yelling sounds. Rah! Like a bird. A rallying cry. Ah! Ah! I have to be gentle for all you at home. I don't want to be too loud on your delicate ears. Oh, resist it all you like. You ain't gonna be around for much longer. And while we get to enjoy this beautiful damage-dealing animation, let's move on to what I would like for Evelyn's colors. Actually, I have a palette up here. What am I thinking about? Stone skin. Another reason why this party is quite formidable. Let's wind them. Wind him. Oh, and I also have, what's it called? Banishing Strike, so that's going to make short work of their use of Protect. Ah, I'm such a bitch. Love it. So the other colors will be good for Lynn up here. I think yellow might be very striking. I think I'd want to do yellow with this form. And we're almost done. I've not even finished buffing my party. I'm sorry, my other Lion's Roar friend. You're not going to get summoned the second time. Oh look, my super mass leveled overpowered team won. Regretfully, that's how I feel the end game of Record Keeper has ended up for me. Bring out the big guns, shoot, have a war of attrition, which is a typical Final Fantasy thing, especially just look at Yasmat. Have a war of attrition with them. And then eventually, if you're lucky, you win without having to reset and reload. Something that was worked into this game, like, oh, you almost died. Close the game, reload. Oh, everything's fine again. Just try all over. Which is an important way to keep my sanity with this game. Oh my goodness. Reduce an enemy's attack in the battle of Judge Geese. Well, my full break should help. 3 judges and Bergen. Reduce an enemy's defense in the battle. Let's do it. My assassin team. I should need another name for them. Instead of like calling them assassins, I could call them mercenaries too, but I don't think some of them would agree to that. Am I asking about Squall's feelings? Talk about a topic of Final Fantasy VIII. What is Squall feeling? Let's find out. The game. Yes. Why did I say a rarity in descending? Time to offload my relic junk. I love hearing this song because I usually add lyrics such as, here's your junk, get rid of your junk, you have so much junk, get rid of it now. Those words fit anywhere in this song. So, oh, maybe I will get a relic draw off screen. Let's do my daily one. Let's find out what kind of junk I got. Oh, look. Look at that beautiful bow. It's silver. It's silver. But it's 1 star. Just talk about the value of silver. Monsters practically drop currency, so that's just the life. I'm not a big fan of games where you have to sell your drops for currency, though. Not all games are terrible about this, though some other games make it such a terrible dynamic. You're busy farming, and then finally you can afford that nice silver bow, which is of course a beginning game item in this fantasy case. Let's see, Shell Haste and Major Regen, Shout. I could always use more people who know Flames of Rebirth, so I'm going to simply have this person join me. And cast it twice, and 1 in each battle, it should be fine. I don't know how I'm planning on staying partially focused on this. I don't think it's going to be possible. Stone Skin, Live Siphon, Live Siphon. I have a Shout as since I have the record materia for Macomite and Dr. Mog's teachings, I use them on my best limit breaks first. I think that's a pretty standard strategy, don't you? Oh, that jerk is using Shell already. Once Shout hits, these guys are going down pretty quickly. I don't have a lot of magic, so that shell defense is pretty useless. Geese? Judge Geese? Geese! Wow, Shout is quite a strong move, thank goodness. Let's go back over here. Want to ruin my line work for Lynn, even though it's pretty rudimentary at the moment. Ooh, exciting light show. Oh, beautiful phoenix feathers. I can't wait to have. Talk about a very important job. You're essentially, if you are creating those battle effects, you are mystifying your viewers. If you count, you could probably see how many times the screen flashes white in these games. That's been a very important feature for me. Blinding myself while I'm trying to lie in the dark. You're done, boy! Wow. I feel like such a heavy hitter when I know that this is the result of quite a long time of gaming. Thank you, producer. You're going down, Geese. I could just practically have Arc attack. My goodness. I don't need Lion's Roar. I'm going to save it for the other battle. And I don't need Cuirass. Let's see if he's weak to... slow. Lots of bosses in Final Fantasy XII are weak to slow, and boy, is that useful. Tiamat is quite a fearsome opponent. I'm having Arc just hit him with his dinky rod. Don't tell him I said that! And he goes down without much qualm. It's moments like these I think I should look up a pleated skirt reference. Especially since I know that it's actually a cloud. Lynn is donned with Madam Eve's Madam Eel. I could be Madam Eel. Madam Eve's regalia, which is a cloudy, poofy skirt. First, I have to deal with some other cloudy poofs over here. A fitting blade for a true dynast king. What a jerk. Oh look, humans are the real source of intelligence and power. We don't know how we got here, but clearly we're smarter than how that happened. I never actually finished Final Fantasy XII. I don't plan on it either. So, I hope you don't mind, all these Final Fantasy fans in this game. Let's see now what I plan on doing with this skirt. I have to add the pleatedness underneath. Also, I think it'd be better to have it blue just like on the other cover. I could probably do the gold as the underneath part, the underskirt. Oh, you need me again, game? Nope. Still not needed. Let's save while I'm at it. Cure, stone skin, yes, do all your things, my friends. I could probably... I should probably Banishing Strike, that jerk who's nameless in the back, whoever you are, you're not geese. Bergen? Wow, I remember his name. What a frustrating use of my memory. Well, all your friends are dead. Fancy that. And you're about to end too. This guy gave me such a headache in the... what was it? He gave me such a headache in the Elite Dungeons for Final Fantasy XII. Let's heal ourselves up. I have the luxury. I don't think I'm going to need Shout again. Banishing Strike. No, I can't use that. I should have probably just used Lion's Roar. That would have taken out Bergen right away. Time to decimate you. Now, is this the purple I want? Apparently that is the same purple. No wonder it disappeared. Doesn't make sense why it disappears. Let's zoom in. It might just be a rendering thing. I don't know if... I think I will use purple. Reason because I'm planning on... I will have the rest of the background used. The firmer blue. First I have to choose that blue. Oh, I won! Battle Forged team. I wonder what my next difficulty is. Ooh, Ash. Ah, Fatality modes. I kind of enjoy the mode dynamic that's new. I'm a little bit on the fence about it since modes are so hard to come by and they're pretty expensive in the Gyashal Green trade. And there are not as many as I want. Perhaps it's much to level everyone up. Spirit mode. Licking my lips over that one. Ah, Dr. Sid? I don't think I actually got that far on 12. This is my first time reading this. This must be a new boss. Haste, Dispel, Banishing Strike. Good thing I have it. Holy... Wow. He's going to go down fairly easily as well. Maybe Fenrir Overdrive. Let's see if we want to use you, Lazarus. Yes, Lazarus, you're the winner. Let's go over here. Is there a way for me to paint behind? Like I have to use another layer. So be it. Something to say? Yes, pirate scum of the skies. What brings you here? Well, first I'm going to shout at you. That's literally what I'm doing. I hit shout and I'm literally shouting at him, even though it helps my team. You understand. Who am I explaining this to? Fenrir Overdrive, please, Cloud. Smash them to bits. I do love these animations. I think there's something to be said about having an animation, a burst mode and burst limit break animation for your favorite characters. I'm very pleased to have squalls, even though any burst mode is valuable. I was very impressed, considering you get the bonus of both a fire and a wind attack. Wind attack's very rare in Record Keeper. Since you get both of them, I feel like quite lucky. Quite lucky not just to enjoy the dual elemental bonus, but the fact it's Squall. Yay, Squall. He's not that much of a hunk, if you ask me, but I do like his emotional drama. Maybe I should blame my producer for that, though. Inherited a lot of things from him. Her. Forces of habit. A lot of things are changing in my life, very exciting. First of all, I'm streaming. Hello, everybody. 2, my producer is going through so much excitement. Not to talk about, like, let's say, a theme park kind of excitement, but, you know, standard life things. And let's nail them. And you know how sharing on the internet goes. You tell one person and suddenly your grandma's heard of it. I heard you were doing something on stream. Oh, Grandma, you were watching me. No, Anna told me about it. Oh, Anna, why are you always gossiping about me? Also, I'd love to meet someone named Anna. Not to blame her for my grandmother's knowledge, but I sure hope I chose something other than, what was it? A full break. I think it's full break on Ramza, isn't it? My memory only lasts for brief moments in this game, especially since I'm usually quite harried. Oh, I've got to take care of him. He's got some bullshit. He's got some bullshit regen on him. Regen is one of the worst things to find on your bosses in FFRK. Without hesitation, it will restore tons and tons of their life right before your eyes. And some bosses pull this on you and you're like, oh, I'm going to be fine, and then regen, and you didn't bring Dispel. I hope you've never been there. It's such a torture. What just happened? Very little to worry me. Let's protect again. I don't know the last time I did it. And let's full break you again. How is this cloud going? This is definitely rough. I need to clean this up as well. Pierce defense. Ooh. My shout ran out. Say that 5 times fast. Oh, I have another. I don't think I'm going to last that long, though. I think Sid is going to die. Or run away. I don't know exactly what happens in the game. I don't think he takes one extra hard here. Like, ugh, you have finally defeated me, Sid. No. I expect him to run away like a few other bosses do. Welcome back, Lazarus. Have your cloud kick some butt. Pronouncing that place, what a difficult name. I think they've called it Giruvegan, but I don't think I made it that far to see Sid in person. Ah, the satisfying feeling of victory. Look at all these power orbs, major orbs. Loving it. Let's see if there's anyone I want to use that spirit mode on before I go into the next dungeon. I have stamina to grow. Painting these fine little corners. Very zen-like. Very meditative. I'm quite enjoying this. Ah, that corner was necessary. This does not look much like a cloud, but I'm going to play with it a little bit more. It is definitely suggestive as a cloud, but could be a little bit better. I don't plan on being here very long. I gripe about this song every time I'm in here because it's so brief and so repetitive. It's quite unfortunate because I loved this song for Final Fantasy IV. I don't have enough spirit mote and wisdom mote. Oh no! Guess who just learned something about this game? This lady. So, I wasn't paying too much attention when it said that some of the motes were level 3 stars and 4 stars. Fancy that, right? What? They're 3 stars and 4 stars? No, I had no idea. And now I can see the repercussions. I've used all my 4-star motes already. Perhaps I was even buying 4-star motes from the Gashel exchange. I've never paid that much attention. So I think I'm interested in the Paladin for Squall, since he is my strongest character. Let's dump some orbs in. Look at that bravery mode. Yes. Plink. 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 Wow, I feel like I'm truly increasing in stats, but I don't have enough. But you're still hungry. So at least I can learn this one. Plink. Wow, I feel like I've accomplished so much. Well, that's all the motes I have. Let's go back to finally destroying the Blade of Vengeance event before they release the challenge dungeons, which have quite been a challenge for me. Maybe not my assassin team, but for at least most of the year, they have been quite difficult. Judge Gabran. I love reading this. Let's see. Magic shield to nullify all magic. Well, good. I don't have magic. He only uses physical attacks from the group attack Circle of Judgment. For some reason, I was reading Circle of something else. It's a single target sentence, resistant to break debuffs. Watch him go down on me. It's not going to be very difficult to defeat him. I want to see the light of the fall. I don't think I've seen Bots' limit break, his burst limit break. The High Judge. If we wait a few minutes, I'll be able to do some of the Orb Dungeon. I love the EXP. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to focus on this. Let's go back to FFRK solely. Let's take a look. You're hasted already, my friend. Well, I can't have that. I wonder if he's vulnerable to slow. I didn't read that closely. exciting. This is my first time seeing this limit break. Oh, let's... Oh, 3 stars, just like having mastered that job. I love the symbolism. Could work. And shout for me. Let's life siphon a little bit more. You need Shell now. You need Kiraga. And let's try Flurry Blast. I think it's similar to Squall's limit break, just with a code. Let's find out. The subtle drama music. 4 attacks, and it looks like Renzo Kukin without showing up. Let's full break him. Let's Flurry Storm. Take your sweet time. So, I don't know much about Gabranth either. This is my first time finding out that you fight him. I thought you fought him earlier. Like, I'm not very straight. I'm not very straight on this Judge, Gabranth issue either. Kiraha, Flurry of Storm. Kablow. Take your sweet time with your fancy sword, just stand there, all formidable. That looks just like Renzo Kukin. Oh no, magic attacks have no effect. What am I going to do? Let's Flurry Blast one more time. I think after this I'm going to have to use bots as limit break again. I have not kept track of how many uses of the burst limit break I've gotten. Let's find out though. I wonder why Lightning is busy doing this little attack dance from the side. Magic attacks work again. Yes, I was right. Let's have Banishing Strike. I'll have Lightning use bots as limit break next time. I'm not necessarily in need of a lot of damage or protection at the moment. Oh, challenge battles are quite like that though. Ultimates, where the faster you get the boss down, the less you have to deal with the stress of having them stand and speed up faster and faster. I don't need you just yet, Ishtola. Let's have you shout. You're gonna want to Kiraha, aren't you? Just use a few skills. I don't necessarily need you to do more at the moment. Once wandering heroes are added to Final Fantasy Record Keeper, I think they found one of the best features of the game, because suddenly, not only did you have reasons to have really good limit breaks, but you had the advantage of other people's limit breaks to help you in battle, and to lack any good limit breaks makes the game infinitely difficult. As you can see, I have a team of like true assassins, all fantastic. I have a Medica, I have a Wall, pretty OP, I would say, but the game begs you to be OP if you want to compete at the higher levels, and essentially I've spent a year to get up here. Haven't we, producer? So, I think Bergen's going down. Gabranth is going down. So long. I would have loved the ultimate dungeons to be released. I don't necessarily have the stamina to fight the 60 stamina dungeon, but the 1 stamina dungeon would be a great way to entertain you viewers, since oftentimes I do find my butt handed to me on those occasions. Those super ultimates are unbelievably difficult in many cases. Nightmare is a fair balance of difficulty I found, because it's a little game, which I think is appealing. 3 wisdom notes. Wow. Perhaps I'm going to put that on my... I'm not following Yuko-Jan's. Let's put them on, I don't think Arc can take them, and I don't know if Squall can take them. Let's see who can use them. Probably not Arc. Yes, I just found that out. And not you. I don't think the spirit modes will work for Squall either. Is this flashing because? Yes, that's why it's flashing. You can level me up. I'm not interested. Phylene. Let's level you up, my friend. Well, I can level up the Thief, so let's do that. I might have enough for a full level for the full mastering. Let's see. Kablam! Ninja Sphere. Now, the Keeper, their abilities are kind of meh. If you do have your Keeper in most of the battles, they can be very useful. Like if you have Sentinel's Grimoire, since they have so many different skills they can use. But since they're so middle ground, I'm not sure if these bonuses are going to make them as useful as a more edgy character. I do have Celebration Grimoire since I was playing during the New Year, and I think that was when it was, if it wasn't during the anniversary. But because of that, my Tyro at least has one good useful skill. Limit Break. Let's see. Do I want to know anything from Ninja? Not enough. How sad. So, look at them. They're so similar. They just changed the stat. Which one would I prefer more? Spellblade damage or defense? Oh my goodness. Obviously, defense. Defense is the winner here. Click the button. Boop. Click the button. Boop. And I think I just ran out of spheres. I'm all out of spirit mode. This is usually what happens. Get them, and they're gone. Oh well. And we have enough time to do a orb dungeon run, but only for one step. Let's bring out my record materia team. I don't believe you've been introduced to them. All these folk, I don't have their record materia, so that's why I'm having Edge. Edge is going to get a lot of XP in this dungeon. Beatrix, she doesn't need the XP, neither does Yuffie, but both of them have record materials that I'm looking to get. Same with Sabin and Edgar, who are quite leveled at this point. They entered the dungeon at 65, and I think my producer and I have done this, the orb dungeon perhaps 3 or 4 times. To find they're almost at level 80 is surprising. I love the music of this drama though, from Final Fantasy V. So everybody has, excluding Edge, everybody has an instant kill weapon. Another plus of having played this game for so long. Yeah, I found that the instant kill, the instant KOs aren't necessarily as useful as I would have liked. I don't think I know what the rates are. Small chance to KO. Small chance to petrify. It would be, say, minor, wouldn't it? Small chance to KO. Small chance to KO. There are a few other weapons that have a bigger chance to KO, but I'm not aware of them. If you happen to know any, please let me know in the chat. Also, feel free to say hi, feel free to follow. I don't even have the announcement to know that you followed me. I won't know what to do. I would sure love for my chat to say something like, this person's immediately followed you. And oh my god, who is this? Who is this stranger from the internet? It's come to my front door. I can't decide. I rarely use the Wandering Heroes, since my team on auto usually manages to handle things. So, this is going to be the last one, and I plan on getting back to drawing as well, and letting the stamina refill in the corner. So I might be changing to creative soon. Maybe I'll change back to FFRK later in the day. So let's roll out. I would like more edges on this cloud. I love this hoedown. back to Final Fantasy VII, if I'm not mistaken. Look at them mow them down. And in some cases, enemies are immune to instant KO. So you'll be entering like, oh, it'll be great, they're going to die as soon as they get a whiff of my weapon. But that's not what happens. You'll see the instant death effect happen, like, alright, they're ready to get nuked, and they're just still hanging out like, oh, that was instant death, huh? I thought you were going to use something like stone on me, huh? I'm so used to people using stone on me. Petrify these days. Speaking of petrify, I was watching the, what was it? One of the channels on YouTube, on Twitch just recently had a saga marathon. And I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy Legend 2, 3, 1. Not a huge fan of 1 at least. But they were all very good games in the series. And clunky, as saga games sometimes are. And I was so glad I got to see Saga Frontier 2 being played. One of my producer's friends was a very big fan of the game, and having seen a few scenes, I feel that the game has a great message and a great drama, considering that a cult can be controlled by the possession of an ancient artifact of evil, and there's one person being like destiny tied to it so they can feel it. I thought that was a lot of... would the right term be drama? It felt very intense to be put into Will Knight's shoes, I would say, knowing that a whole group of people are blindlessly being commanded by someone who simply has an artifact of ancient power that's controlling them. I can think about it all day. So... now, I'd love to sit in this game, but I'm gonna see about muting it. I wish I knew how to mute this. Oh well. One moment while I mute it. And I'm going to change to one of those free audio channels on Twitch. So long. Could it have been games done quick? I have no idea. Hello, new tab in Chrome. I'm looking for let's see if they're streaming. It's a lot easier to pick from something that they're streaming that I don't have to worry about. I am a fan of DJing, but it's been difficult for me to find music that I am a fan of for playing on stream. I do love the Final Fantasy sounds, so it's almost a no-brainer there, but finding another set of music that I feel comfortable streaming, it's not as easy a decision. So I'm going to go with 99. Let's set this all up. Killer, not what I was looking for. That's what I wanted to do. So, there's a lot of time for stamina to regain, and a lot of progress to be made. So, a little bit about myself. I am an author. I think I also mentioned this. I am also a witch. I happen to work my magic through words. I also enjoy the words that I'm using currently to have their own charm. Be careful, viewers. Yet, that doesn't stop me from using my words to progress humanity wherever I might. And I'm enjoying a little bit of small progress, just making my own little world clearer. So this is my third book's cover. I do all my personal book series. I do the covers for all my books. The covers for my Constellation series are always illustrated by me as well, not simply with popular images, since that's what you will typically find on Amazon, is people who have royalty images, and that's for my shorter stories. I do use royalty images, you know, those flashy models standing somewhere, half clothed, fully clothed, depending upon your sex. Ain't that a pleasant surprise? But yes, I do use the same features, having paid for some photos, because where else are you going to find a scantily clad person who looks just like the person in your book? Hopefully the internet, since I'm not sure where real life is. I think I see it somewhere. And photography is not one of my stronger skills. As much as, not to say recording isn't one of my strong skills, since I really love the studio my producer and I have set up. But photography requires a lot more patience, a lot more time, and perhaps a bigger wardrobe. I would like, as a note, producer, feel free to go on another shopping spree for me. Thank you. So, let's finish up this skirt, huh? I think it's a very good V1. I'm not sure what I'm going to be adding more in the future, but I do feel it's a little bit weak in the lines. It's difficult to draw clouds with lines since they are mostly beasts of shadow. What a quaint way to talk about clouds, of course. But it's true. White when the sun's hitting them, dark when the sun's not, or even darker when they happen to be conglomerating in such large amounts. Oh my goodness, I have seen outside before! Well, that's another topic for my future schemes. Anyways, yes, clouds are very difficult to draw, unless you're Bob Ross and you have the right brushes. And since I'm working in Illustrator for my cover, I don't really have brushes I appreciate. Textured brushes, since I'm working mostly with fills. I don't know how many of you know anything about Illustrator, but it's vector-based drawing, and vectors are two things: the inside of a circle or the outside of the circle, the line around it. So I hope I'm not educating you if you're really on top of this, viewers, but because I'm only describing the insides and outsides, there's less noise you get to make with a brush. Noise that would interfere with the lines, blurring the insides and outsides. So why do I stick to Illustrator? Well, I do like vector-based drawing. I'm not perhaps as expert at it as Margaret Trouth, but I do enjoy the format nonetheless. And it provides me a lot of power, feeling that it's not too difficult to get a very sharp line. And you can scale to any size you want. You don't get that in Photoshop. In fact, you usually have to work in larger sizes, scale it down. Talking Shop with NotStung. Welcome to my new series, Talking Shop with NotStung. Hello, have you heard about shops? Shops are expensive. Also, that's where you can buy stuff. Completely different word of art here. Not shopping. Oh well. Let's screw around with this a little bit more. I think I am almost finished. I like the shape enough to go with it. Let's roll with this for now. Now, underneath Madam Eve's skirt, this is Evelyn on the cover, or rather, good question. Whether or not it's Eve or his Madam. Madam Eve has a skirt that's a cloud, and underneath this cloud skirt there is a pleated underskirt. The pleated underskirt is rainbow colored, but since I'm limiting myself on colors for the Constellation series, I'm doing it all in yellow at this moment. I feel like it'll stand out, maybe look a little cool. And that's not necessarily the shape of pleated skirts, but let's just try anyway. I think it should be more obvious over here. What kind of pleat do I want? I haven't really decided, and I think I've been changing it. NotStung, stay on top of this. Oh, I love staying on top of things. Don't you, NotStung? So, let's move on. How am I going to enhance the line of this skirt? That eraser is way too thick. Here we are. The difficult decision of what you should create an outline for and what you should not. When you're working in abstract illustration, like I feel like I am at the moment, lines in in what areas they outline. This is your whole art. So it's difficult for me to decide which is the right thing for me to outline or not. But hey, like any art, you need practice. I think let's try that one. That was a strong start. I'm liking that a lot more. Let's add some shadow, some fake crosshatch shadow. Apparently Illustrator wants to ad-lib for me. If you make an accident I like, Illustrator, maybe I'll keep it. So a little bit more about me. I'm also a fan of Minecraft. I'm also a fan of Earthbound, and I love Undertale. I don't plan on streaming Undertale anytime soon, since I think a lot of people have seen it, but it doesn't shake how much I am a fan of it. I also love Tenchi Sozo, which is Terranigma, released in Europe for the Super Nintendo, but not released in the United States. Many people say that we were lucky in the United States because we managed to get Chrono Trigger, and I believe a lot of people would agree that Chrono Trigger is a fantastic game. And I wish I'd never had to choose. I think a lot of video gamers would say that. Why can't every game be localized to my part of the world? Unfortunately, that's not how it happened with Chrono Trigger or Tenchi Sozo. And both are great games. Both have their own merits. I think what I liked about Tenchi Sozo was, of course, the plot. A good RPG has a great plot. And the gameplay. I was a bit bored during a few points of Tenchi Sozo's gameplay, but worth it overall for the emotions, the plot development. And there's something about Japan where they felt very free to appropriate from Western religions and cultures. Like, just take a look at Xenogears for one. Yes, but us in the United States have only recently begun doing this. For example, I saw people complaining about Buddha chips that were sold at Whole Foods because they were using the image of the Buddha, typically someone who eschews all suffering, including those imposed upon others, eschews the idea of effigy, of desiring things, and here they are saying, like, you'll be enlightened if you have these chips, or you'll feel as free as the Buddha. And that's some crazy marketing in the United States, but hey, Japan has done similar things where, I heard it was something with Jesus and Buddha. There's an anime or a manga about that in Japan, which I'm very interested about now that we're on the topic. But yes, this manga appropriates the image of Jesus. My goodness. Jesus was never in Japan, nor was he ever alive. But there he is. There is a representation saying his name is Jesus. And no, he's not, no, his mother did name him that. But his mother was, Mary. So I don't think it's the same as other Jesuses, who might also be Jesus. So pretty intense, Japan. I wonder how the West is going to feel about that. West doesn't even know, so we don't care. It's cute to use Jesus like that. And I think I agree. If you're willing to tell a story and use religious symbols, as long as they're used appropriately. For example, American Gods tries to do something similar. And there's a movie coming out. American Gods is being made into a movie. Have you heard about this? Yes, it is a movie. If you've never heard the concept, the idea, a book written by Neil Gaiman, is that, I heard his name pronounced Gaiman. Neil Gaiman? In Neil Gaiman's book, it turns out that the gods of yore have survived because there's still adherents of them, but the way the adherents believe in the gods have changed the actual gods they believe in. There's people who believe in the old Thor and people who believe in the new Thor. And so both of them are gods and both of them have different ambitions and aims. Spoiler alert. Oh, I've never actually read it, so I can't tell you for sure. But from what I understand, the book has dealt with these cultural appropriations well. But another cultural appropriation going on is J.K. Rowling. I don't know if you've heard, but she has a new book series coming out talking about magic in the United States. From what I understand, she's included natives, the Native Americans, and their cultures and histories. Now, from what I've seen from the trailer, it was very insensitive, especially if you happen to be one of the people who found out your religion and spiritual beliefs were just being thrown up there and fantasized about, without any, without your voice being important. I think that's important, right? I'm sure if the Japanese found out, like, there was a massive Christian uprising, and what was this uprising about? Oh, it's because we were sick of Xenogears and seeing any Christ imagery in there, and the Genesis Evangelion, and especially that Jesus and Buddha anime. We want that all gone. I'm pretty sure they would be upset at the size and irate manner of this crowd. So perhaps they would change it. Maybe that's not how we would prefer our voice to be used. Perhaps we'd prefer a few things to be retcons. Like, Jesus would have never done that. We've all agreed it's better for him to have done this, etc., etc., etc. Jesus was also black, things like that. Why is your Jesus white? But really, the way people depict these images also shows you which ideas they're talking about. One of the reasons why I think there was supposed to be no depictions of God is because we would start to associate the depictions with the idea of God, or any God really. And what that left us with was the idea of a bearded man in a high up place, or another bearded man who died for the sins of the people. And because of that, people started caring more about the image instead of the teachings, and saying, hey, you can't put Jesus on your t-shirt unless it says God bless America, or whatever have you. Sorry, I'm simply stating, let's say, an alleyway of opinion, not necessarily the broad strokes here. I think I'm almost finished with this skirt. Now, spoiler alert, it doesn't look very much like a skirt. Uh-oh. Not sure what I'm going to be able to do about that. But one of the nice things about art is that you can always come back to it later, especially when you feel like you have a better idea or better way to try it. So we're going to focus on it soon. What you going to do? I have no idea. Also, I apologize. I plan on keeping my racist and countryist stereotypes to a minimum, perhaps to an extinction on this show. At least impersonations. I'm sure to have an opinion on a whole bunch of people, but Whether or not I would dare pretend to be them by impersonating them is a whole nother story. Oh, I'd give myself lashes now if it made me feel any better, but you simply gotta move on, admit your wrongdoing. Speaking of wrongdoing, dirty things I like. Especially for people who happen to like what I write. I'd wish all the blessed dirty things that they wish would happen if they love my writing as well. Wow, I really love this channel. There's so many good tunes that 99 Lives has picked. Thank you guys. Alright. What am I moving on to next? I need a thicker line here. I need that over there. And I need to clear up that there. So I'm going to struggle on this skirt. I might even remove it. I think having a cloud sitting on Eve and Evelyn's area here does not seem like a skirt like I'd hoped. It's very difficult for me to illustrate this. I think I'm going to change the shape of the cloud later. Let's move on to Lynn's form here, Eve's form. So as you can see, there's still some eyes in the back, as well as simply a mannequin, I might say, for me to impose my will. I can't get enough of that dude. Anyways, let's remove the cloud lines for now, as well as the skirt lines. Let's just keep them. Oh, finally, the piece of drawing. I'm sure if you've drawn yourself, you know how difficult it is to hold a pen or pencil straight long enough to feel like you've done something. That's how you get things accomplished. You stick to it. Yes, you can see I have a lot left here to do. It's funny how a simple hint at the figure of a foot or of any sort of body can... Is this in the wrong layer? Nope. How a simple hint can create and fill in the entire form you're looking for. I think I need a bigger toe. No, wrong way. Also, here's what art happens to be for me. Correcting yourself time after time after time. But it's worth it. Especially since by the time I'm done, I'll be very proud of my work, since I would not have given up until I was satisfied. Typical NotStung thing, maybe. Oh my. So let's get a better illustrated leg here. His toes are quite... His foot overall is quite small. And the angle I've drawn it at does not jive with the background. Guess what? So long, footsie. You've got to be willing to throw work away to make progress in the work you want. Can't throw good money after bad, they say. Let's see now. Here's going to be the ball of the foot. Here's going to be the heel. Let's draw a few small toes. NotStung says, it's not acceptable. This middle toe is quite balked. How am I going to draw this at an angle? think I appreciate this. This is a little bit better. Let's fill in a little bit more of the foot. Also, amateur mistakes number 1. This toe would work perhaps if his foot was up here and forward, but based on the angle of his legs, I don't think that this foot's going to be angled right. For example, hind leg, front leg, I imagine it more like this. Big toe, small toe. It's going to be hard to get this angled up to here. And see, look, the big toe is in the big toe is in the right place. Oh, look at me second guessing myself. Well, I'm not entirely unhappy with this. Let's leave it for now. The next thing I have to do is fix his ankles. One of the tricks I think some artists do, like myself, is try to move into the pose that we're having illustrated. And I'm not sure that this foot is entirely achievable. Let's do some little crouching here. Let's give it a shot. I'm busy thinking of how this ankle is going to work out because I am pretty clueless about this ankle here. Let's try the ankle there. Also, this background, I want to erase most of your leg, Evelyn. Excuse me. Now, I think the other problem here is that it seems to be pointed down. Sure, I can have the heel here, but I probably would need the ball of the foot up and toe down like this. Well, that foot looks a little amateurish, but I might be able to live with it for the moment. Let's see what I can do with it. My goodness, Lynn, you have such big feet. Also, this needs to be merged. What is going on with this merging? There. Am I locked in all the layers I need to be? Yes, I am. So, I only have 11 stamina in Final Fantasy Record Keeper, so that's going to need a little bit more work. A little bit more time. And then we can climb up one step of the ladder. On the plus side, that means it's been about, let's say, 10 stamina, 30 minutes. We're making some great time here. If I'm lucky, maybe we'll have a finished cover, and I'll be able to release my book. Oh. Though I'm also working on 2 other stories alongside this cover, and I'd like to release this cover with the other stories. Little bit of a flood, if you will. Let's do this toe out a little bigger. That's 1 2. Another 2. I might be almost done with this foot. Ah, what a beautiful suggestion of a line shaped like a foot. Ah, I'm gonna bask in my pride a little bit and okay, I'm done. Let's move on. Let's lock my foot. Alright. Let's go up here. So you're underneath my skirt, but you shouldn't be. You should be above. But that ankle I did was not right either. That's... Oh, no wonder I left it on that layer. So, if the foot is like that... I think it's going to be difficult to hold the foot like this, because the foot's toes are probably going to be up. Well, we've come to a head here. As much as I like working on the foot, I think I have to move on. I have to do the rest of Evelyn's form before I'm going to feel comfortable simply guessing what his foot is going to look like. So, let's kidnap this foot. And I do like this, but I'm going to make it a little more transparent. And I do like my face looking at me, but I'm going to hide it for now. So, what am I going to do here? So, oh, it's not on top of the... Here we are. Why is it not on top? Oh, no wonder my opacity is so low. Bingo. So first, let's draw one of the front parts of the hip. Let's make them bigger. Here's the butt, the tush. And this is going to be to the side. Difficult. I'm probably going to have to move that cloud. And now that this is here, I have to begin a new knee, the new leg here. The bottom half. Now my shadow has the toes out, but instinctually I think it would be easier to have the toes in. For example, the knees to be out like this, but it's not easy for me to say here. Let's do the stencil trick. Fill these in. I don't need to use the stencil trick right now, but... And here we are. Whoops, deleted. Didn't mean to. That looks a little bit nicer. Alright, I'd love to add the other leg, the foot, but I'm not planning on it yet. So this is going to have to wait, sadly. Meanwhile, oh my goodness, I'm ruining that background leg. Yeah, don't want that. So I think I'm going to pick what the highlight lines are going to be now. Most of the covers I do lines. I do lines. Not those kinds of lines either. Get it straight. NotStung. So I'm drawing lines to highlight legs or limbs of the form. Unfortunately, apparently I'm not doing it the right color. See, like, look, that's the same color. Is it because it's just emerging? No, it's not because it's emerging. Yellow is going to be the skirt. How about orange? How eerie. I feel as if I accidentally dragged this. I feel as if this color is almost polluting whatever I pick. So it's none of the existing colors over here. What if I draw into it? Are you not the same color? You are. Well, yellow, orange. I think orange has it. I don't want too striking a contrast here. Did I do that? Alright. So this leg is going to be in front. Let's add some hints of legginess here. That looks acceptable. It's not perfect. We don't need perfect, of course, but how else are we going to release this book? Perfect should never be the enemy of good. And these lines are going to get in the way of the skirt, but let's just let it for now. And in the way of the rest of it, Lynn's form. You're doing a great job seeing what I'm eventually about to finish here. I'm kind of winging it to myself, of course. It's not like I have a perfect plan here. Let's do the other leg. I'm very comfortable with this leg on the left. Now, this leg should be up over here. Let's end it here. It doesn't need to be like a cone. Also, that cap is small. Let's do the other one here. I heard in 53 days, Flint, Michigan is going to be out of water. What a tragedy. They've been using water filters since all their water is leaded and poisoned. Are these two the same? I think they're acceptable. And their bottled water is going to end. The state is also going to run out of funds in about 2 months, less than 2 months, to be able to help pay for all the water filtration and water costs. I was just reading an article about it today. It's on my mind. It should always be on our minds. Someone's suffering elsewhere. I guess there's the problem of what can we do when somewhere so far off is so distant from our sphere of influence. Like, I can order them a pizza. Do they like pepperoni? Ha, which would be a joke because I'm a vegan, and I'm sure I would of course support whatever somebody needed for their food and their family. I mean, you can't even choose about water out there. How am I going to do his feet here? That seems acceptable. So I have this here. I don't think it's possible to tuck the heel of your foot behind your butt while your knee is in front of your side. I bet it's possible if you're sitting, but not possible if you're standing. And Lynn here is in a way on his back. By the way, that same error message happens to me quite frequently. Even on my producer's mobile. the way I'm going, the ankle is at its side. I think it's going to have to be since his leg is slanted this entire way. Let's finish filling in the rest of his foot. That's acceptable. It's so frustrating for me since every detail in my drawings and my covers all feel important and related. To neglect any one of them feels like a waste of an opportunity. For example, there might be a very big fan of feet out there who's looking at this and says, the toes just aren't how I like them. Or these toes are not real toes. And I only like real toes. What a difficulty it is for me to get through. But it's worth making sure that I'm happy with all the details. I can't please all the people who have preferences, but there we are, a little bit fainter. Very nice. I love this song. So this part of the leg is still a little bit... I need to remove that line. Let's do it first. Let's figure it out later. Also, I'm a fan of music games, not that I plan on playing many on the broadcast. It's already hot enough in here, with me being in here. So... that seems acceptable. Let's draw them like... Let's draw Pinky first. Yeah, actually, I liked it that way. Wicked. So close to this foot being finished. I did say that a bit ago, but I am happier with this. I do like it a little, but I'm still not entirely happy. I might just move on for now though, since you can only get so well in such a small time. Let's add some line highlights in here. Oh, this is such a sensitive instrument. Apparently it's still small. Yes, I work on fine details in my covers. I need a very, very fine brush. Oh, this is a very sick song. So, looking at this foot, not happy with it so far. What can you do besides keep trying? Here I am, stuck on feet again. What is up with that? If I draw a line too quickly, Illustrator thinks that I'm intentionally being hasty, and then it just simplifies the line I was drawing. I believe that's an intentional feature. Am I happy with these toes? I'm happier than I was before. But I might be done playing with them for now. Alright. Now I'm gonna have to look at the scale later. Oh, I'm very happy with them. Let's move on. What's the next part? Evelyn's torso. Evelyn's going to be wearing the jacket, which I haven't illustrated yet either. And let's remove this little line here. That feels okay. Next. I was interested in a very Zen-like pose. I'm going to work on his torso first. Let's call this layer legs. And let's also call this layer Evelyn. Call this legs highlight. Keeping your layers sorted is very important when it comes to art. How else will you know which was what and where? I have a few pictures that are simply layer 47, layer 52, layer 33. It's like a maze trying to figure out which one is which. Skirt. And foot success. Believe it or not, I'm not entirely unhappy with it. But let's just keep it in the foot layer for now. In the foot layer, please. Hide you though. Skirt. Back to Evelyn. Legs highlight. This is going to be torso. This has to be below her legs. His legs. Evelyn has some big hips. Not too huge. And Evelyn is a little bit pudgy. It's, I say torso, but I've included his hips, so I'm going to stick with it. at the beginning of the Constellations series, Lynn has just decided he is a man. He had been living his life as a woman up until a certain point. And so he still has his womanly appendages, but I'm not entirely sure if he plans on getting rid of them. These are going to be hidden by the jacket forthcoming, but first things first, making sure that they look like real equipment. These are pretty large for one, so I haven't kept track of chest size, but I'm sure if I were Lynn, I probably would be. Having to spend money on bras all those years. That seems alright. I wonder how many new interesting people there are on Twitch every day. And there's some moderator out there like, oh, here's another new fantastic one. I wonder if they'll stick around long enough to become a partner. And this person's channel is just them pouring new canned food on them every day. Like, it's 10 o'clock, time to pour canned peas on me. And Twitch is like, this is great. It doesn't even belong in the eating category. It's sure, they can count in food, I guess. But not the community eating. Food moderators are having a day about this. Like, oh, it doesn't really count. This is more creative. They're not really eating the food. Policy discussions, people. Policy discussions. I need to work on his shoulder a little bit more. So I have, I'm working on his torso now. He has a large chest, doesn't he? Thank you for keeping me company. My name is, I'm NotStung, and of course I've been here drawing and playing FFRK, and we're less than 2 minutes away from the next step on the orb dungeon. I probably will be swapping to the creative channel after this, simply because I had totally forgotten I'd been sitting here already on the FFRK channel. And I'm sure there's someone out there saying, spend your mithril. I can't get enough of this. You're so sweet. Hey there. Hello there. Welcome to the chat, Unity Eyes. Very familiar name, I might say. I'm glad to have them on me. So, if you haven't joined us, hi. I am the Wizardess NotStung, and I'm busy here working on the cover of my third book, my Madam device. My third book in the series, the Constellations series. So I always do hand illustrated covers on my personal book series, and my Madam device is no different. I'm busy working on the form, on Lynn's form here. I have his skirt, I have one of his legs done and his thigh, which is nice, but I still have to finish the skirt and the rest of his torso and form, really. So I still have a lot of work left out for me. But that is not much left when it comes to the cover. I have my own face, my own visage, which forms the background behind Lynn. Mostly done. I still have to edit the silhouette and until it appeals to me. But that shouldn't be too difficult once I'm done working on Lynn's form, huh? And let's do it. Let's go to the next level. Most of these folk are busy handling all the battles themselves. I don't really need to intervene since they're so strong. 2 of the characters here are level 80, so they're not even getting the benefit of EXP in this battle. Let's speed it up also. Also the Cactar crew, and 1, 2, 3, 4! Did you see that? Unity Eyes, did you see that? My goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey chat, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 1, 2, 3, 4 spell. Such a later level spell of Twitch broadcasters. But I'm certain to gain mastery over it. Just need a little bit of time. Looking here, I can see that Lynn's left leg is going to need to be a little bit longer based on the angle. And I'm not sure if... Oh my goodness, poor Sabin. I'm not sure if I've properly illustrated his besides his foot, his butt. Need to add that little line there. Now I'm happy. Legs, and now we need to disappear those legs. Let's work on the torso alone. And my crew is done. Nice. So let's change from Final Fantasy Record Keeper to playing creative. Let's do that. Channel title updated. And now I'm officially in the creative section. Sorry for all you folks who are interested in Final Fantasy Record Keeper. It's gonna have to wait a little bit. At least an hour. And then perhaps after that we'll see if I feel like taking a break or ending the broadcast. We'll see. I'm feeling really with the mojo at the moment, and I feel like I'm making a lot of progress. So why would I want to cut that off so soon? I have to delete the right line, and that's the wrong line. Better. do a little checky. I do like the tush, but I also don't feel too happy about the shape. Like, I feel like I don't have the right contour of Lynn's body. First of all, his arm is going to be over here. This meditative pose doesn't seem to strike me as very exciting. And here I am looking for something exciting, so whoops. Also have to move these hands to a higher layer. I'll worry about that later. Whoops. That's what happens when you delete the outside of a wrong inside. Need to make sure that inside is what I'm selecting here. So right here, that should close off this inside. Yes, there we are. And this is not closed off. Let's close that. So I'm getting to the point where I am going to need the other leg. His pose looks a little stilted. Like, perhaps I could have him leaning back a little more. Well, it's comfortable enough. I don't think I need... I don't think I need a more creative or action-y pose at this moment, though it's difficult for me to really say so. Makes me feel a little bit sad. So here's the top of the head. Let's draw this here. How am I going to do this? What direction do I want Lynn to be looking at? Let's take a few looks. I do happen to like this. So here'll be Lynn's chin. What kind of expression would be worth it? So hello there. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am the Wizardess NotStung. Hello. I am an author and a witch, and I'm working on the cover of the third book in my Constellations series, my Madam device. I hand illustrate all the covers of my main series books, and in the other ones, sure, I create them with some graphic design, but mostly art or photography elsewhere from the internet. Currently, I'm trying to illustrate Evelyn here on the foreground. I've been talking as if it's Evelyn, but he is clad in his madam's clothing, so it's a little bit difficult, I think, maybe intentionally difficult, to know who it should be exactly. He has gauges in his ears. What else? Well, I think I'm almost ready to do the other leg. I'd been holding off on the other leg for some time, but after having done the other one, I feel very comfortable with this one. And that Fortello foot from before. Let's see. I think I need to move this leg a little. Let's see. Did I move the wrong thing? So see this up here, I'm trying to see which layer that would be. Oh no. But it's not part of the torso. It has to be part of the leg layer. Time to change that. So let's get to the legs. I think this is fairly good already. I just need to empty it out, clear them out a little, and then I can add the highlights. Pain and agony of doing the perfect toe. Like I said, the chances of a viewer of mine, a potential reader, looking at these toes and saying, "These toes aren't my style," means how important it is for me to do the right shape of toes. And that feels a lot better. Oh, nope. Don't want to... Oh, still screwing it up. Go in closer. too close to me. Oh, did I just fill up all that work? Luckily it's not much. Alright. So I'm busy filling in the toes of Evelyn's form for the cover of my book, my Madam Device. I love doing all the covers for my own personal series because I feel like it adds that personal touch. Not many artists are also writers, not many authors are also artists, at least of the traditional kind. And I wouldn't say that being a master at desktop work is necessarily a traditional art form, but I'd still say you need to be good at a lot of skills traditionally seen in traditional art to be able to get to improve on the computer. Though one cannot, there's no competition for the undo button, truth be told. How many artists like me have become fantastic thanks to the undo button? Bless you, Control Z or Command Z, whatever computer you're using. Command Y. That seems a little bit better. Oh. What a pain. Since I'm drawing so quickly, Illustrator's not really giving me the time to... Since I'm drawing so quickly, Illustrator's smoothing out the lines faster than I would like them. Into smoother lines than I would prefer them to be. Oh, this song is pretty good. Maybe I should not include the toenails for the moment. Now let's color in behind these legs again. Making some progress here. So I still need to finish up this foot, and then maybe I'll be able to move on to other details of Lynn's form. Color that in there. Nice. Leg highlights. I'm a big fan of 99 Lives already. Fantastic royalty-free music. If I'm lucky, they won't even play the same song twice. have to be very patient while you're doing all these toes. Patient enough to erase all your work. Hurrah! Just happens. Oh no, they're gonna not drop the beat, are they? So these feet need a little bit more TLC before I'm gonna leave them alone. Still got a bit to go on Final Fantasy Record Keeper. Am I happy with these feet? I might be happy with them for the moment before I start screwing with them again. That was a great song. It was great that it ended so soon. They're changing songs now. Try to erase a little, but what you end up doing is erasing a lot. Not what I intended. Alright, let's do some more of these leg highlights. What do I have to compare to? Well, I did do the entire leg, so that's a thing. Back to the leg highlights on the other side. I can't simply dodge them. I love the snapping at this part of the song. And a line down the thigh. I don't need this part. This is going to be part of the torso. Though, if you're aware, there's another part. The torso is right behind this. So I should probably move some other details of this layer to the same torso layer. I'm not about to. Well, I think the torso I've done for Lynn is better than what is still lying here. Let's take a look. I have to fix this leg highlight before I can breathe a little easy. There. Oh, not perfect. Let's continue to screw with it a little. Yes, let's screw with it a little. Besides food, there's a few other things on my mind. Other kinds of tasty treats. Alright. Let's take a look with the torso again. So, we're going to take a quick break while we're saving. So, let's take a look at all my schedules. Everything looks good. I should see you all in a little bit. I need to go to the little witch's room and to pick up a little snack. I'm back. Thank you all for sitting so tightly for me. So, where are we at? I still have about 8 minutes. No, 8 stamina. 24 minutes. Featuring Hatsune Miku. So, let's move this skirt above the legs. So, thoughts, do I like this? And some part of me says, yes I do. I don't like the skirt though. Skirt is unnecessary. Don't need to add the pleated. It should not be visible from here. So, let's move on past the skirt. Let's move on to the torso. Now, I am going to have to fill in the hands above the skirt layer. Hands and higher. Let's take these hands from where they are. Let's remove the legs, remove the highlights. Also the legs should be, I should make their own layer. Oh, please, let me click that. There. The torso. Is that the right layer? Oh, it's a different layer? I don't know what layer it is. Let's just delete it. I can't delete it. I see. It's from the other background. Oh, excuse me. I think he is going to need very big hands. I don't think I have the hands the size he needs. Let's just call these hands. Hand BG. And hands. And then hand line work. Hand lines. Welcome to my new book on fortune telling. Hand lines. What are they? Where'd they come from? How do they work? So, it's going to be a fascinating read. I don't have another hand pun handy. Because it's on the torso layer? It's on the leg layer. Aha. Don't need those, let's delete them. And it's to be in the leg highlight. So here. And I just screwed up this layer. Let's add some. I guess that's okay. Alright. Leave those legs alone, NotStung. Leave those legs alone. Still busy cleaning these up a little. Yeah. Momentum. Good work, Maid Monster. I like this song. So I need a little bit more detail on these arms. Alright, let's do the fingernail details. Not literal fingernails, but you know what I mean. The Wizardess, hard at work, trying to create a cover for my book. Pray tell, I wonder who will break open its digital edges. So I can already tell that this arm is quite short. I'm not sure if foreshortening is a good enough excuse for why the longer this is the forearm. Unfortunately, I've forgotten what this word is for that part of the arm. But the upper half is needing some definition, so it doesn't seem all hanging and short. Let's do this. I know what my problem is. This arm needs to be higher, needs to be tilted a little bit up more. Of course, this is clearly the way you do it. You simply rotate the line a little. Let's Let's see if anyone finds out. Now, if I actually increase the height of the arm, the angle of the arm, this ain't going to happen this way. I need to do this completely with the background torso. I need to cut this out. Now, I'm okay with the right side, even though the right side, Lynn's left is probably going to be having the same problem, where, it just needs to be longer. Well, that seems okay, and this could be the joint. Another great song. Man, I'm already loving 99 Lives. Especially since they are up. Unlike no royalty sounds, which are unfortunately missing. Ah, here we are. This is what I'm looking to edit. Here's the hand background. Cut that out. And now these hands are quite thin for what I need. Layer? Nope, so that's good. Maybe what I need to do is draw this arm a little bit down more. Maybe you're like me and you can think that this arm is just as long as it should be, but I don't really think that. I think this arm needs to be a lot shorter, because when your arm is down here, it's your belly button, and Lynn's belly button is going to be about here. So really, it should be pointing upward. But the problem with it pointing upward is that it makes the top arm seem longer. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe Lynn's torso is too long. Time to shorten you a little bit, Lynn. Forgive me. First, let's get rid of this sketch. Well, that seemed to solve all my problems. Let's fix this shoulder here as well. You're going to need a smaller arm over here. I believe this was a great solution. All in the pursuit of getting a cover done. Cutthroat NotStung. I want that cover done, and I'm not going to stop until it's right. Oh no, NotStung, please, don't draw a lot. Oh, I've got to do plenty of drawing. Well, it's worth it. Especially for the symbolism done exactly as I would want. Now the other hand, I was in the middle of drawing the other hand's line work, wasn't I? Yes, I was. Let's finish that up. these hands, these digits. I'd love to get just a good shape down, and then I can hack it and edit it as much as I need. But I can't do it without having it look good first. Have the right shape I want. Nope. And the worst part is, since I filled in the digits moments ago, I don't really have the edges that I had created these silhouettes with. So I'm kind of clueless. Kind of just guessing here. Beautiful, if I don't say so myself. Still got 3 more stamina before I can do anything in Record Keeper. Alright, I should fix that handle, that thumb a little. I thought I had it, but then I realized I don't. That, eerily enough, satisfies me. And of course all I care about is my satisfaction, Not yours. Just kidding. I would like it, of course, if we both had similar ideas, though. So let's clean up these little details in the digits. Acceptable. 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 Is that right? Oh, I can't go back to what I have. That looks okay as well. Details to this hand here. All right, let's look at your elbows, Lynn. Nice elbows. Actually, your elbow could use a little bit of work, so time to slash. Time to cut and slash. Yeah, alright, great start, actually. Let's bring your elbow over here, and then let's cut off this. We don't need this. But we're going to bend your torso over here, so sit tight. There you are. I think I like what I'm seeing. How about you, viewers? Titan, what another great song. Wow. It's almost a shame to think how many people are only being able to afford to give away their music for free. I feel similar boats since I offer so many of my books for free. The first part of Do It Before Me, all parts of Constellations. In fact, that's the hallmark, one of the hallmarks of the Constellation series, is that I intend to keep it free as long as you can read daily. I'm sure a lot of us impatient folk, myself included maybe, would rush right out and buy all the pages instead of having to wait. But not all of us care to afford such a luxury. So please pay a few bucks if you want to, if you'd hate waiting for one. And you want to support me as an artist. I would appreciate that as well. It's the wrong place to paint. I need to paint the torso here. Yummy microphones. So, let's do a little bit of a stretch here. That felt very good. So I'm going to need a torso highlight line. Let's highlight that torso. That seems fine for me. What's left? Plenty, if you ask me. But that's how we go. Take it bit by bit. So I do need more shoulder highlights on Lynn's other side, his right side. And I do need to add the jacket, which I've not. So let's add a few more highlights and let's move on to the jacket. I haven't decided what expression I want Lynn to have. I've thought of a few, but it doesn't mean I've settled. So what can I do about that? I do happen to like that a lot more, so let's color that in. Happy accidents, one after another. Simply because you stay in the game. So let's move on to the jacket. Let's turn on the skirt as well so I have an idea of how that's looking. And I should probably do a few highlights in Lynn's stomach area. Let's do that. Not hands, torso highlights. Let's do a few highlights in this area. Oh, on that note, I do need to add a belly. I do need to add his belly. That seems acceptable. Let's highlight a color in a few places I've missed. And then we'll move on to other details of Lynn's form. Let's finish this. Let's take a look at Lynn's jacket from the previous cover. Oh, excuse me. Hey. What are you doing? Alright, I'm tired of this zigging and zagging around. So yes, this, let's go back. Yes, this is a completed cover. And, what color? Is that purple? Also, take a look. Giant cacti all the way over there. Nice. I wonder what major orb I just got. Let's find out. Not too dramatic of import, but... Wow. Edge is going to level up soon. Dark orb. Pretty cool. So what's left over here? Lynn's jacket is not purple. That's purple. Lynn's jacket is blue. I don't think I have anything else that's blue. Let's see. Whoops. Jacket color, and then that's J color and J highlight. Also, J color is the name of my new fashion brand. That one's for free for you viewers. Actually, I wonder if there is a J color out there. Let's find out. There is a J color. To J or not to J, show me your J rings. The look of an IJ colored diamond. Huh. J color stones and platinum. So J color refers to a color of diamond. I had no idea. Also, this place is not too interesting. A D color. I'm playing a little game over here. No idea. E color. F color. So I like J color as a term, but I don't like it as a diamond. I finally found it, J color. And nothing is explained. A K color. So, I never knew that J is a color of diamond. I thought J was the color of, green. So let's paint, some jacket here. Let's null that. And I want this. Perfect. Alright, so doing the J color here. Now, this is going to be for Lynn's jacket. What style is it? I think that's fine, yes. And there's another one up here. Now, it looks like it buttons like a women's jacket. Ah, I'm such a sadist for poor Lynn, aren't I? That means that this ooh, first I don't want to touch the torso. Please make sure I never do that again. And let's move that over here. Let's see if I can see what was going on here. No, I can't see the slightest. But good job past me and my producer. I'm proud of you. It doesn't look buttoned, it looks zippered. Oh, blessed continuity details. Let's get started on this. Is there a zipper? That's not how I find out. Let's try again. Yes, there is a zipper. Funny enough, I think I thought there was a zipper. But that does mean that Lynn's jacket is going to be very short, or at least Eve's jacket. I think, yes, it does go down his arms. To the wrists. Let's do that. I think it was on the thumb side? No, it's behind, so it's not going to be visible here. All that work just to hide it. Sadly, that's often how it goes when it comes to making sure you're thorough. You're going to want to make sure you have all the details underneath your clothing just as fine as so when you have done the top of your clothing, they all make sense. You know what's underneath it. All right, so Let's do the insides. Cut them out. Oh! So this one is not... There we are. Wasn't properly lined up. There's that one. I need to make sure there's no outside. There, see? I think you can tell the difference. You don't have to trust me on this. And I do need to trust myself, though. There, no. So there's no inside. That's what was going wrong. Again, here we are. No. Oh, but that's going to happen. The only place it's not going to be is in between this little crevice here. Yes, no wonder. Let's do this for now. Sorry, Lynn, I need to know where your chest is going to be. Oh, come on. There we are. Found your tit, Lynn. Sorry. Alright, so we'll do another zipper over here in a second. Alright, so color it up into here. Finish the rest of the tit outline. Talking about Evelyn's chests. Alright. So now I need to add, what color would I prefer? Is black fine? Let's do it. I think I would be okay with black. Pardon me. Let's do my best job adding the highlights. This is what I get for erasing the highlights I needed. Let's bring them back. Welcome back, highlights. Let's do them like this. And I need the right color of black, please. Thank you. Alright. Let's remove that. There. Excuse me. All right. Do the rest of this jacket. What's the little fuzzy trim? I don't think I see that little fuzzy clingy trim, so let's just skip it. I think I'm going to have a little bit of mercy on you, Lynn. These tits are much too big for you. I don't know what I was thinking. I think this looks better already. This black outline is a lot more striking than I expected. I'm planning on erasing it once I'm done filling it all in here. Do I have any inside? No, I still don't have an inside. But I do need this out here. There we are. Oh yes, and since this is a highlight, definitely don't need it everywhere already. Whoops. Oh well. Let's clean it up in a little bit. That's what the zipper is going to be. So put this like there. Alright. Zipper's there. That's gonna do a little in there too. Let's fill in the color that I had just spent all that time filling in. Here's the J color. Ha! J color. Turns out it's not one of the colors you want unless you have a preference for diamond colors. Jade color is clearly not the color I was looking for. Like, oh, sorry, let's just get some other person into the mine and get the color you want. How about we do it in a lab? No, it must be real from the earth. Well, we made it on the earth. Does that count? No! Like, oh my goodness. The diamond market. How am I screwing this up? There, that should fix it. There, as I expected. This innard is not as good as I'd hoped, though. Does that fix it? No. Here's the leak. Well, I need this in here to stay intact. There we are. That crevice. If you were here yesterday, you know how important that crevice was for me. There are quite a few crevices that are very important to me. So, it's just begun. We're almost beginning our 3rd hour broadcasting, and I'm excited. I hope you are. So once again, I'm the Wizardess NotStung. Good evening. We've been working on the cover to my 3rd book in the Constellations series, my Madam device. I'm really proud of the book, and so of course I'm excited to get work on the cover and publish it. And tomorrow, and maybe a day after, not sure which, I'll be writing more chapters in the books, in my other short stories books, to release alongside of this. Apparently just not as simple as finishing a book and publishing it. I need to finish a book and publish 2 more to sandwich it in. Who knows? So let's see. Let's see how the highlight looks. That looks pretty good. Let's add some more color in. This jacket does not seem very tight. I think you know what I mean. It seems pretty loose. And I'm not sure what I can do to fix it. I'm probably going to have to invent some details for it to cling to Lynn's skin. Welcome to the world I live in with my art. Someday, I'll be able to go out and actually draw real people. Are you excited about that day? I am. With their real bodies, with their real physical details. I am kind of excited. Though I will miss you all. Actually, I do like that. So what's left for me? Let's make these jacket highlights a lot tighter. Pardon me. Also, Lynn's chest, something about it. I need to add some more blue back there. Just leave it be me. Let's not worry about that for now. But these black lines on the highlights, they need to be controlled. So I do realize that because he has a chest still, I'm going to have to really tighten up. His chest. Let's add the zipper here. That looks acceptable for now. So these right here are the next parts to need work. I need to fix these collars as well. What a pain in my ass. There, that seems acceptable. let's go back to your other side, Lynn. Let's fix this here as well. Something, I'm going to let this slide. I think I can only obsess over a piece of clothing for so long. Not that it's unimportant to the story, it does get brought up enough. But I feel like I've worked on it plenty here. Oh, there's maybe a few more details I can let roll in. Like, I do need the buttons. There are buttons on the corner. Nice. So let's add some color here. I'm going to pick Lynn's Forms color. Looking good. And I can spy a little bit of skin highlight coming off on the right. I need to fix that first. Let's just cover it. That seems better. I'm going to color in the blue a little more. Yeah. In fact, I want to do the same on the other side. All right. So, let's throw on the skirt. Beautiful. What is the skirt? Not... there's something on the skirt, isn't there? It's on that layer, isn't it? Pardon me? This has to be on some other layer. It's not on the jacket layer. It's on the hands layer. Let's unlock these. open hands up. This has to be a highlight. It's a highlight. Let's remove it. Gone. Wow, so let's take a look at the product so far. I'm excited. Positively sinister, if you ask me. I'm loving this. Beautiful. So what's left? As you can tell, the silhouette is wrong, and I need to fix the silhouette. Let's fix the silhouette. True blade of legend. Can't be too legendary. Alright, let's take a look at what the silhouette is currently. Silhouette is whiz face. We don't need... Let's remove this Evelyn first. I'm tired, I don't need that anymore, but I do need the silhouette still from here. Let's pick this up. Okay, let's pick this up. I just guessed. Doesn't take much nowadays, does it? Still yummy. Catchy. Delete that. Delete this. Let's and well, clearly I need to move Evelyn just a little. Let's take a look at moving him. Oh, remember that old foot? Old footy. So long, old footy, you're already deleted. Alright, let's get back to moving Evelyn around. Oh, that's unfortunately, I cannot move Evelyn like that. I have to do this. Or I can't. Help. Does this work? No. Why gonna be so hard? Alright, let's try again. Alright, please select Evelyn. Fine. Let's hide the edges. Alright, let's see. I think that height is acceptable. Alright, let's get back to editing the silhouette. Hey, Evelyn, could you? Thank you. Excuse me. How am I going to move this? Lasso? Lasso. Let's try lassoing it. Yes. Lasso. Let's actually make Evelyn come back. There we are. Oh, excuse me, Evelyn. Thank you. Let's just leave that open for now. I know that most of you viewers who've been watching this are going to understand that I was hoping for the shape of NotStung's nose to be, the nostrils to be poking through there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to reach it as I'd hoped. So be it. You all know that the nose was supposed to be there. Bring this down to 2. Yes, 2. Clearly that was not an improvement like I'd hoped. I think this might be utterly livable. Let's see. This needs to be fixed. Put it on the right track, put it on the right track. Message from my heart, message from my heart. Put it on the right track, put it on the right track. Message from my heart, message from my heart. Put it on the right track, put it on the right track. Message from my heart, message from my heart. Put it on the right track, put it on the right track. Message from my heart, message from my heart. I'm looking forward to the thought of viewers who see this image and have their breath taken away and won't get to see this little visual between you and I until much later in their course of following me and my work. Don't want to reveal too much, would you? Of course not. Did it just flicker in here? Ah, this great part with a little bit of Game Boy. I will put it on the right track. Your heart, or my heart. Someone's heart. Where did my cover... there they are. Oh, excuse me. So, what time is it? 3:38. Wow, it's so late in the day. So yes, I'm still working on the Constellations cover, and as you can see, I've got a lot left to go, but we're getting near the end. How fantastic. I still have Evelyn's face, I still have to adjust the eyes, my eyes behind, and maybe finesse a little bit more. I can tell that I'm lacking in a few other places, but this is looking great. I'm proud of myself. And I think that is where we'll be ending the broadcast today. I'm so sorry to tell you that, viewers, but at least you had a fantastic 3 hours to enjoy me making some slow progress on this, and a little bit of Record Keeper. No, I'm not going to wait another 15 minutes just so I can get a little bit of stamina and a little bit of headway. It's not worth it. As much as I'd be making some work or some progress on this, so... Thank you all for joining. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for even watching me later on YouTube. All you diehard fans who want to see some classic NotStung. Thanks again. Please make sure to take a look at my books. NotStung.link/Amazon, or you can take a look at my first two books, my first two Constellations books, NotStung.link/C, and then the number 0, and then the number 1 or 2, depending upon the first or second book in the series. I hope you get a chance to enjoy them. For free, at least. If you can't just simply pay for them on Amazon. Well, anyways, thank you very much again for joining me. Maybe my producer will take care of the cover, a little bit more progress, and a little bit more progress with Final Fantasy Record Keeper. In the meantime, sleep tight, kitties. And let's hit the stop.